Booker Corrigan here on CUDA.com from the Katie Sampson Lacrosse Festival, getting set for the Haverford School Conestoga match. Thanks for joining us and making CUDA.com part of your sports viewing day. I'm Booker Corrigan alongside my father, Big George Corrigan, coach here at Radnor High School. But Coach, let's talk about these two teams and where they rank in the state of Pennsylvania.
Conestoga started off the season in the #1 position. They have some spectacular wins, and I cannot say enough about their coaching staff. Brian Sampson does a marvelous job with team defense, and Brody Bush does the offense for him on most occasions. Craig Gratton and Bill Davis also helping with this program, and they're a great asset. What they've done for the Central League is important to what happens in lacrosse.
And then talking about Haverford, some guys that I want to make sure we illustrate are offensively Zach Rigo and Sammy Rohr, tremendous talents, as well as Henry Blinn, the left-handed attackman. We expect a lot out of him. The do-everything midfielder Will McNamara, star goaltender Jake Landman, and obviously you can't talk about Haverford School Lacrosse without talking about John Nostrand and the commitment that he has to his kids, along with Mark Patrone, Travis Loving, Paul O'Grady, and Eric Blindenbacher. Great coaching staff who are in it for all the right reasons. Now, let's talk about Conestoga. Big George, tell us about the Conestoga Pioneers.
I have to tell you, I love Bradley Lord. I love what he does. He can play behind, he can play out top, he can play on the wing. He really is an all-purpose attackman and one of the great scorers in this team. The other guy that I love to talk about is number 18, Adam Goins, who's headed to Notre Dame. He is, again, a midfielder that excels at both ends of the field. He has a great move from the left field, from the left side of the goal, with a face dodge and a roll dodge. You're going to see and hear a lot about him. The Clunder, obviously, Jason Clunder. The Clunders have brought a lot to Conestoga over the years. There are a number of them, and obviously another one of my all-time favorite guys is Jamie Ikeda, who's headed to Duke. He always marks the best player on the other team. It's been his since he started here. His brothers at Maryland playing, and it's just great for the game.
Back with the opening face-off right after this. Booker Corrigan and CUDA.com bringing you the Katie Sampson Lacrosse Festival from Radnor High School, where Haverford School, in their Checking for Cancer light blue uniforms, taking on Conestoga. The Pioneers wearing their maroon on maroon. Jared Jacobs facing off against Will Gorel. Ball pops forward. I got to tell you, it's a true pleasure for me today to bring on George Corrigan as my broadcasting partner. George, thanks for making it part of CUDA.com.
I'm looking forward. This is a great matchup. They're the two best teams in Pennsylvania right now, and this is good. You're going to see some great lacrosse.
Behind the cage, Haverford looking to create a little clearing situation, but ball stagnates, and now they get it into Sam Rohr. Slick Sammy Rohr, a little shake and bake towards the midfield line, and easy does it. Nifty little move by Sam Rohr there right before the midline.
Unbelievable how you got that in.
The race to nifty is over. Over.
Now, Coach, I'd like to use the term nifty to describe the team defense that you're going to see from Conestoga today.
Some defensive stars like Miles Thomas, and here's number 3, Jamie Ikeda. Ikeda, one of those guys who played in the Under Armour All-American Underclassmen game. There's about 7 guys out here on both teams who played in that event. It is the premier event of its kind, the Under Armour All-American Underclassmen game. Haverford getting offense right now. Will McNamara, the do-everything midfielder, sharing possession, gets it over to Sammy Rohr. Rohr top corner of the box, slip dodge, gets it down the wing to Henry Blinn. And now it's behind with Gavin McBride. The Princeton-bound Gavin McBride, overtime winner recently for the Fords. Inside feed picked off by Robbie Zanino. What a keeper.
What a keeper is right, but he also got a great assist from his defenseman. Ikeda was just terrific the way he handled that.
Tim Langerhans now doing the clearing. He's bound for Army in a couple years, gets it all the way across to Jordan Klunder. You're gonna hear the name Klunder a lot today. He is an absolute star. He's headed for Drexel. Tremendous athlete. Coach Brian Sampson, head coach at Conestoga, has done such a nice job of developing talent.
Coach, I'd like to bring up number 1 out there, Brad Lord, who's had a spectacular year, bound for Maryland. He's a do-it-all attackman.
Bradley Lord was the Under Armour All-American Underclassman Player of the Game in Conestoga's upset win over Calvert Hall earlier this season. The formerly #1 ranked in the country Calvert Hall Cardinals.
So they're attacking the short sticks now, Coach. Look at them go.
Jordan Klunder sharing the ball up with Adam Goins, bound for Notre Dame. First quarter of today's game brought to you by Strid Wealth Management, tremendous supporter of high school athletics. Strid Wealth Management, some experts.
This is a very strong possession, Coach. Look at them. They really have the ball under control.
Tyler Brook sharing it up now. Again, Pierre Atkinson.
Now you go, I think this Connor Facina, who's another outstanding attackman. He's got him.
Bradley Lord gets a step pass knocked down.
Nice play.
Nifty little low shot saved. And again, Haverford and Stoga both very proficient when it comes to clearing, and I say that as they went off sides. And you see both coaches questioning that, but Jake Landman, the goaltender for Haverford, has done a nice job so far.
Coach, what impressed me then is the defenseman had a good check, but the ball doesn't come out of these sticks.
And a lot of people say it's the sticks. I tend to lean towards the forearm strength of some of these players, guys who work hard in the off season, developing that arm strength. That's what gets them to that level. Shot save Zanino. Tracked that ball well.
And what a great outlet pass. He's got him off and running.
Miles Thomas carries it in. Thomas, another one of those guys who's probably getting very serious consideration for the Under Armour All-American Senior Game. 2 defensemen for this Conestoga team. I know that Jamie Ikeda, number 3, is also getting serious consideration.
Jamie Ikeda is headed for Duke University, and what a player he is.
And his dad, Bruce, is a swell guy.
Yeah.
Shot just over the cage, heads up on the high jump pit. Looks like we got a bunch of youthful axers down there playing some Fat Fanny on the pole vault pit.
Look at 22 wide open.
You think Sergei Bubka's down there? World famous pole vaulter Sergei Bubka, not on location here at Radnor High School, but Booker Corrigan and George Corrigan bringing you the call. We're also going to bring in Eric Strid in a moment to talk about Strid Wealth Management and all they do as far as team building to get a great business going. Strid Wealth Management.
This is a strong second midfield unit out there for Brian Sampson. You're gonna hear from him. Bradley.
And this is Jordan Klunder. Klunder going against Will McNamara. I don't know if Will McNamara's left the field yet, and I don't anticipate him leaving anytime soon.
Yeah.
Pair of 7s going at it right now.
Great check by Will.
Will McNamara, an absolute star. He's one of those guys who brings a short stick and a long stick to every game. Coach John Nostrand thrilled with his development, and credit some of the assistant coaches at Haverford School in Conestoga as well. No man is an island. Although Sammy Rourke's got more funk in his bag than your average bear.
I like that player. He does a lot out there.
Referees,
Shake and bake.
Referees for today's game: Carmen DeJohn Domenico, Maceo Parker, and Richard Montgomery McGee. Wow, shot post
What a
toasties.
spectacular. It was a post toasty, yes.
McBride shot saved by Zanino. First man up. This man up brought to you by Strid Wealth Management. I want to bring in Eric Strid. Striddy, let's talk a little bit about Strid Wealth Management and the foundation that you guys have as far as supporting high school lacrosse and the tremendous business that you're in.
Well, we are huge fans of high school sports, and particularly high school lacrosse. I was a local player myself at Episcopal Academy, so I have a real soft spot for making sure we support the local high school lacrosse scene.
And the Interact.
Of course, absolutely, the Interact.
We're trying to get, there's some people lobbying to get Kuda.com to come up and do the Interact semifinals again.
Wouldn't that be a treat?
Man up 3-3 right now. Haverford working some guys around. Riley Hupfeld cutting down to the crease. It's near side. Slick Sammy Rohr skip pass. Now it's up top with Will McNamara. Rohr overhand, hard one. Sammy Rohr picking up his recommended daily allowance of iron.
Haverford School really working the ball around today, Booker. Their stick skills are impressive.
They do. They move the ball very quickly. Cradle it once and move it. I cover some college teams who have not yet grasped that concept on a man up.
You know, it's their guidance of John Nostrand, who just is a pro as a coach. He really has their fundamentals down pat.
And a pro as a player, right?
You got that right.
Ball knocked away. Credit Miles Thomas with the knockdown. Always have to keep an eye on number 9, Henry Blinn, left-handed attackman for Haverford. Slippery. He's a greasy little left-handed attackman. Penalty about to expire.
Ooh. Looked like he was in the crease there.
Sammy Rohr looked like he got pushed in, knocked in. Regardless, it's Tim Langerhans clearing it for Stoga.
It's a nice clear.
3:45 to go, first quarter, nothing, your score. Defense ruling the day so far. We're here at the Katie Sampson Lacrosse Festival. This Katie Sampson Festival, 12th year, amazing event. Thrilled to have them as part of the sponsorship group of Kuda.com, and the game of the week coming up on a Saturday afternoon to Radnor's Prevost Field, my old stomping grounds.
They were thinking about changing the name to Booker Field, but I think that lost momentum.
Yeah, a bunch of people met as a committee, and they met for about 45 seconds and said, yeah, he wasn't that good in any way, shape, or form, and he wasn't that good at any particular thing. So, yeah, the idea was very short-lived, but yes, they did discuss it for 30 to 45 seconds. And everybody got a good chuckle. Tyler Brook, great skip pass. Bradley Lord now near side. Warner Bailey, defenseman for Haverford, number 5. I know it's tough in these light blue jerseys to see the numbers. That's why I'll give them to our listeners as often as possible. But these light blue jerseys, not one of Haverford's official colors, but they're checking for cancer uniforms that have become a bit of a tradition when they play in these big events.
Pole vault pit's looking like a pretty tough place to be.
Yeah.
A couple errant shots making their way over to the pole vault pit.
Yeah, Sergei Buka. I think he's one of the guys, he trained some of the shooters for the Stoga squad.
Those youth over there sitting in there don't seem to be too concerned about it, though.
Bradley Lord sharing it right now with Connor Frasina. Frasina, another one of those do-everything attackmen. He's headed to Delaware in a year. Shot by Frasina, save Landman. Too much Jake Landman on that one.
You got that right.
See if Haverford can stay on sides this clear. They definitely had like 3 guys step over, and the ref just, they didn't have anything to do with the play. No worries.
Pretty easy clear for the forwards there.
Number 11 midfielder Peter Blinn now checks in as the ball's down with his brother Henry Blinn. Slick Sammy Rohr gets it to Blinn up top, and now it's Will McNamara. And I swear to you, I don't think Will McNamara's left the field yet. He's one of those guys who can play everything. McNamara shot off a body in front. It's going to be Stoga possession. We are still nothing here first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Strid Wealth Management, as well as all the man-ups today. Great occasion, great opportunity for companies to jump on and support high school athletics and bringing them to the World Wide Web. Kuda.com, over 1 million views this year. Miles Thomas now possesses for the Pioneers. And Jordan Clunder. Thomas and Clunder both bound for Drexel. Coach Brian Volker has to be licking his chops.
Is that Jake?
Jake Scott in on attack, number 27. Tremendous athlete. Jake Scott has had a couple great games on Kuda.com. Lord patient as the final 40 seconds here of the first quarter.
Oh,
ball checked
wow.
away. Timely poke check. Warner Bailey.
That was a theft right there, Booker. It was a beautiful check by that long pole.
Warner Bailey squares up against Lord. Not up in here. Not up in here.
Not too much riding happening in this game.
Yeah.
The clears have been relatively easy. I guess
Certainly
both
not
teams are looking to get back and pack it in a little bit.
not a painstaking clearing process thus far. And I swear, here's Will McNamara back in. I know him because he's got the tape on his right leg. The jerseys are a little challenging. Henry Blinn, inside feed shot just over.
It's a good look.
Slick Sammy Rohr coming away with that one. 3 seconds left. As Max Strid tells me, 3 seconds. Shot behind the back, no dice. End of the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Strid Wealth Management. 0-0 the score. We are at Radnor High School and the Katie Sampson Lacrosse Festival. It's an amazing event supporting spinal injury research. Make sure you check out the Katie Sampson Lacrosse Festival. Booker Corrigan and George Corrigan thanking Eric Strid for being a part of the broadcast. Striddy, great work. Always love having you.
Booker, it's a real honor to be able to support this event and be here with you. Thanks for letting us be a part of it.
No doubt. We will be back with the second quarter.